I start my healing meditations by asking what you want. I think that this is a point where there can be confusion, but most people at the core level know like what they want in their life. What is this thing you're reaching for? And I have them write it down. And that's just like our foundation. It's a thing to reach for. And so, some people it's pain, some people it's about love, some people they want a home, some people want, to overcome a certain challenge in their life, or they're reaching for that dream and that's the thing they want. So I think, it's important to start there, like really think about what is it that you want. And then it's about like coming into your center. So if you just like close your eyes and center yourself, take in a deep breath and relax a little bit. You can focus on grounding yourself by feeling the bed beneath you, feeling the ground beneath you. And just trying to soften and relax as much as you can. The mind may be full of chatter and ideas and things you should do. Just imagine you can, quiet that noise. And if something's really bothering you, kind of like look at that. Imagine you can put it in a box, um, put it up on a shelf, put it behind a door and kind of close the door. I like using the imagination to be able to create the things that we want. And this meditation, I want you to just start by knowing, you're a powerful being. And as we move into this new year, it's about really connecting into this deeper power that you have within you. I think it's been easy the past few years to kind of feel like a victim, to feel like, things weren't working, that we were struggling in whatever ways. And this new energy, like we've put a closure on the past. And so now it's more about coming from a place of connected power, of recognizing like, what is it that you want? And we can play with the stupid dramas of like where the fear is, of like, I'm not capable, or, ooh, this might happen. And so we're feeding those fears because, like with law of attraction, what you focus on expands. And I think we're being asked now to be much more impeccable with our thoughts and to align our power to, those things that we do want. And what I mean by that would be, do we feed the fear or do we feed the intention? Do we act as though it's done, or like we have to work really hard to get to that thing? And so, within every moment, what we can do is just keep aligning to that choice, to what those choices are for us. And, forgive ourselves when we, fall into old patterns or to something that we didn't want. But the thing is, you're going to learn either way, and you're going to just start to um, recognize, oh, wow, okay, I did that thing. I attracted that thing to me. This was the result. Now let's clean it up and and start shifting forward and making these other choices. And so, um, when I show up in this meditation, I'm just here, I'm present with you. And I read the wisdom as though it's a story that I'm telling. It is information that's flowing through to me. It's Jeannie that's here, but it's not necessarily my logic. It's more like I'm reading a story of light energy that I want to share with you. So it's a guided meditation, but it's like I'm reading the information that's coming to me to be able to share with you. And by doing this, it helps to drop us into a deeper state. It speaks to the energy, to the vibration, even the tone, the cadence that is coming through. It's done purposefully. So what I'm picking up here is like there's just a lot of very expansive energy that's starting to come through. It's if you can feel into it, it's like little particles that are energized particles for us to be able to connect into here. So it may feel a little ticklish, like it's swirling around you, like you're enveloped by this energy. And you may notice that like you feel grounded, connected, but expansive simultaneously. And a lot of this I'm hearing is like your soul energy. There's just a lot of magnetic energy that's present for us right now to connect into, to be a part of, to play with, to create with. And so we need to be manifestors in this reality. And that's the most important reason why we are being asked to be more impeccable with our thoughts, with our words, with our, deeds, actions. So just breathing. Our breath is filled with life force. Noticing, if there's something that's clearing, little burps that are coming through, yawns, distractions that might be calling you. And this is all the stuff that's bubbling up to the surface. It no longer deserves to be really within the same atmosphere. The tightness in the throat, the congestion that might be there, ringing in the ears, urgencies, anything that just feels out of place within you, stagnant energy that no longer really needs to be here with you. If you need to stretch and move and just, release and relax those parts of you, you can. Some emotion might be coming up, some tears might be coming up, just acknowledge, that all these things are here. It's been a hard time, the past, several years. Really, even going back to COVID, I mean, it's like it's been a burden for a lot of people, and it's just been making us go through these different struggles and clarifying and things that were out of reach, and anxieties and depressions, and just this tough shit that it's been so much heaviness and burdens that have been placed on people. And some people have really thrived through this time period, and really, achieving those things that they want in their life. But I know even in the achievement of those dreams, that then the pressures were there, the just the intensities. And so, I think we've been all asked to integrate so much over these past several years, doing a lot, um, putting us outside our comfort zones, taking us away from the people that we love, having people die that, we love. It's just been kind of this deep, uh, contemplative time, I guess, challenging time. So as I talk about that, I talk about it to, one, acknowledge the journey, to celebrate all you've become, the clarifying, the releasing. All of it's led you to this point. All of it has brought you here to who you've become in this moment. So I want to celebrate that. I know it hasn't been easy. But if you can sense now, there's just like so much life force, so much energy that's here that we can play with. Some people are, really still stuck. But I imagine, if you're here listening to that you've already begun this transformation process. You're already in this new state. And if you're, still struggling through it, just know that, you're coming onto the other side of it. This will help. So let's go ahead and wiggle your toes, wiggle your hands. You can rub them together if you want. You can, just give yourself a hug. Just, open up, moving your body. If you're sitting, just like moving your hips around left to right, opening your shoulders, just get a little bit of motion in through you so that you can imagine like whatever all these densities of things that, you've worked through, any kind of illness, any kind of pain, any kind of, trauma, that it's like you're just imagining letting it move through your body and just like fall out the bottom, fall deep into the core of the earth, just like giving that shit away. Like, okay, I'm kind of over you at this point. And I know there's a tendency to want to like hold on, almost like this was a badge of honor. This was something that you went through, and it made you be something. But I want you to try to let it go, because it's not who you are. Who you are has come from some of that growth, but the struggles and the pain and the challenges, they're not really you. They're just experiences that you can now release. So notice that part in you that wants to hold on, that, it's like, it's almost a badge of honor, or it's a protection, or it's like you don't know if you could fully let it go because, it's like it's a part of you. There's this clinging. And so, really notice, almost like you're looking at yourself and just seeing like, where are these places that you're holding on, where you can't trust, you can't relax. It's like you're almost like on guard, needing to hold, needing to protect yourself, needing to set strong boundaries to keep people out, to not be hurt, to, wherever any of that stuff is, that you're just aware and doing your best to kind of forgive those experiences, the people, and just keep softening, because that's not you. It's just an experience. So it's like you're releasing it back to the universe, giving it to, the earth, to the water, to um, God, to whatever it is that you can do to kind of release it. Notice what you feel. Notice if there's any tingling sensations, if there's any lightness, if you see any light or colors, if you still feel tension in certain places. Just being aware of what's come up for you. And breathing in deeply into your belly and just letting that go. Breathing in again. And this time kind of expanding outwards with your energy and noticing, almost like if you were in like a bubble or, surrounded. Just notice if it feels like there's any heaviness around you, almost like you're, being confined, suffocated, like anything that the pressures of life are kind of pushing in, caving in on you. And see where you can push outwards and, make a little more space for yourself. And notice if it feels like a strong pressure coming from the outside, or like kind of like you're too small, like you're too like weak, you can't stand up to the outside pressures, and instead reclaim your inner power by just affirming it, that no, these things aren't okay. And start to imagine creating some space for yourself, to start opening this circle, to spread it out around you, above you, below you, creating and taking up as much space as you need energetically, as though you can just, breathe a little easier, and pushing that, creating that space for yourself. And notice if it feels like something's pushing back against, like if you imagine a bubble around you and that there's this pressure coming in at you, then it's like you could push it. But if you feel like it's more powerful from the outside, pushing against your bubble, then instead you're going to like connect to your heart, connect to your own personal strength, to allow that pressure to soften, to almost like you're expanding from the inside, pushing outwards, that the externals become weaker. And as you grow stronger from the inside of your bubble, it's like you're pressing outwards on the bubble, pushing things away. Your strength is so remarkable. Your mind is so remarkable. Your soul, your energy, who you are. Like, it's allowing that to be strong. And the next step would be like just letting the whole like bubble kind of shatter, letting it all just fall apart. And in that, just realizing, like you are all of it. You are that external pressure, you are that internal pressure. And just try to find that equilibrium within yourself. Good. And as you come to that realization, notice if there's a smile that comes on your face. If you can start to notice, then probably your heart is even lighting up a little bit. And some of these are such subtle shifts that you may not even notice. So don't worry about it right now. Just play the game. Just, listen and try these things and just notice what happens for you. So as you focus in on your heart, on your throat, on your third eye, it's like you're just trying to find some peace back within you. And you may notice that the heart or the throat or third eye or around you, it may start to just light up a little bit. It may feel more expansive. You may see light, you may see color, you may just feel like this lightness, this expansiveness. You may not notice anything, and that's okay too. But just stay with it and just, find that peace, that relaxation in you. And as you breathe, you may notice that it's just more expansive, more light, more good feelings. May feel like there's no bubble around you. May feel like you're, another foot larger, a few inches larger. Everyone's different. So all we're doing is just exploring who you are in this moment because, it's going to continue changing in every moment. So just because you may not notice it now doesn't mean in a moment you won't. Just because you can now doesn't mean in a moment you will be able to. Every moment, just be curious, connecting to yourself and exploring this new you that's wanting to express. So this is going to be a powerful year for you. And I wish you the most extraordinary gifts and love and life that you can possibly imagine. What do you want for yourself? Notice if anything feels out of reach, something that's just too big. And be aware of that. And those are things that you can explore at a different time, not right now. But why you believe that that thing's not possible. But for now, let's just stay focused on what you want. What if you could dream? What if it's not even a dream? What if it's creation? What if it's already done? What if you're creating and making it in these moments. It's not about action, but it's about becoming it. What is this dream? What is this feeling? Allow yourself to access it. Allow yourself to feel it. Now you may notice that it's in the future, in the distance from you. So I want you to bring it a little bit closer. See if you can see it. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? See if you can move it a little closer. And notice any discomfort that comes up, any nervousness, as though you can scan through your body and feel the tension. Feel any tension maybe in your diaphragm. Notice any emotions that are coming up, like you're not good enough, you don't know how. Something that would keep you from having this. And imagine you could go to where those feelings are and either talk to it, shift it, pull it out, burn it, cut it off, squish it out, pull it out of you, destroy it. Like you're in charge. So whatever you need, you just play with it to transform that belief, that energy that's there. Most of it's probably from childhood, from something that you wanted that you couldn't have. But now, from this place, it is possible. We're playing with energy. We're playing with your mind. We're playing with creation. So do that, clearing, pulling things out, releasing, and see if you can move a little closer to the thing you want, whether you're stepping towards it or you're pulling it in or allowing it to come and be with you. I'm seeing a vision of like a dog that's come to you that's starting to lick your face, if you like that. Something, the thing you want that's smiling at you. It's like you can make it animated. You can make it fun. You can hug the puppy. You can bring it to you. It's not that thing that's so far in the distance that you can't get to, or that you have to do all these things to be able to achieve it. We're bridging this gap and making it a reality and making it so that it's within reach. And you're just relaxing and breathing. And maybe it's about a foot in front of you, a couple inches in front of you. See if you can even reach out and hug it. What's its response? Is it pulling away from you? Is it coming closer to you? Is it becoming one with you? Keep playing the game, trying to shift it so that it can actually be with you. And then see where maybe it just dissolves within you. It's just a part of you now. It's energy. Feel it filling up through your body, going down into your body, into your arms, into your legs, all through your toes, almost like it's filling you up from the inside out. Maybe you feel some tingles coming through. Let it start to solidify inside of you. Let it almost like it's growing within and filling up your arms, filling up your legs, but in a more solid way, as though it's more definite. Feel it come into your heart, into your lungs, into your face, your arms, your hands, your legs, your feet, all over you. And just breathe with it. Notice if a smile's coming up, if a good feeling is there with you, if a feeling of accomplishment is there with you. Whatever you feel is fine. You may need to grow within yourself, allowing it to be with you. Any insecurities that might be there, that those are just evolving now so that you are capable of having this with you. Any maturity that needs to happen. You may notice an inner transformation happening in your energy as well, in your mind, to be able to be that. And just bridging any of those gaps that you might feel within yourself so that this can exist here with you. Keep playing with that. Let's add a little bit of energy so that it's like you're imagining energy just coming down through your head into your body, energizing and fueling all of these intentions, all of this work that you've done. Imagining like a golden white light coming down through your body. Could be like a blue water, cold water, warm water, you decide. Whatever feels right for you. And noticing that it's like you could breathe this energy through you. Even the water is like air. That's like oxygen that you can breathe in and fill in through your entire body, nurturing you. You may want to rub your feet and just pull this energy down through your body. Rubbing your feet, just integrating, bringing it all the way down, rubbing onto your legs, kind of pushing that energy down towards your feet. Raising and circulating that throughout your whole body, up your back, through your stomach, through your chest, through your heart, down your arms, around your face, just everywhere. And notice that even though it's like you're imagining receiving it, it's an active meditation where you're guiding and directing it, allowing it, but with intention and almost like a pushing, a pulling through you, using your breath to really move that through you as well. You may even want to move your hips around, move your back in circles so that you're just allowing it to come down, bending and stretching your back over your legs to just be able to wake up the spine, reaching up over your head, just moving gently, not making yourself dizzy, just gentle movements. Using your breath to just circulate and move this through. And then just stopping and feeling, observing, what are you noticing? Is the energy more light, tingly, dancing around your body, inside your body? Is it different or the same? What do you notice? Just taking in a deep breath, letting it go. And then just softening so that now you're going to receive wisdom, receive guidance. Not that you're looking for it, but that you're just open and soft, just allowing, receiving, letting this energy just kind of fall over you now, as though you're not directing it anymore. And when your mind wants to push or control, try to soften and allow it to come through you. Allow yourself to receive. Receive the blessings. Receive energy. Receive calm, peace, whatever it is. Breathing it lower into your diaphragm. Letting it be here with you. Opening any place that feels tight. acknowledging any wisdom that's flowing through, any images, knowledge, insights, impulses, visions, just allowing whatever wants to come through. And when you're finished, moving forward in your day, into your year, knowing it is done, and having the most remarkable year ever.